Hello, my name is McKenzie McCoy, and I'll be doing an informative speech for you today. Imagine being at a nice restaurant with your family when one of your family members starts complaining of tightness and pain in their chest and trouble breathing before they fall unconscious. Everyone knows someone who's had a heart attack, but do you know what causes this? Would you know how to save your family member? This can happen to anyone, which is why it is important to be aware. Today I'll be informing you about coronary artery disease, otherwise known as CAD, by explaining what this disease is, the signs and symptoms, and some ways to prevent it, and what to do in case of an emergency. Let me first explain what CAD is and what it is caused by. There are two coronary arteries that supply oxygenated blood to the heart. The Mayo Clinic's website, last modified on June 5th, 2020, explains that CAD develops when these major blood vessels of the heart become damaged or diseased. The cause of CAD, according to the CDC website, last modified on July 19, 2021, is plaque buildup causes the inside of the arteries to narrow over time, which can partially or totally block blood flow. This is a process called atherosclerosis. Plaque buildup is the accumulation of cholesterol, fatty substances, and wastes. Some risk factors for CAD are a family history of CAD, obesity, those who smoke, those who have high blood pressure or cholesterol, those who experience high stress, and those who have an unhealthy diet or live an unhealthy lifestyle. Now that you know more about what CAD is, let's move on to the signs and symptoms. CAD signs and symptoms are very important to recognize and can be life-saving if recognized in a timely manner. Some general symptoms are tightness, pain in the chest, numbness and discomfort in your arms, back, or neck, fatigue, dizziness, nausea, or weakness. Women's symptoms are less noticeable. They can often go unnoticed or misdiagnosed. The Cleveland Clinic's website, last modified on May 29, 2019, states that women can experience pain in their chest, arms, neck, back, or even jaw. Other symptoms that can be tricky for women is that they can feel as though they are having heartburn or indigestion. Some others are cold sweats, anxiety, fatigue, or dizziness. Now that you know more about the signs and symptoms of CAD, let's move on to how you can prevent it and what to do in case of an emergency. There are many preventative measures you can take to help ensure that CAD doesn't affect you. The first one would be a healthy diet. The Healthline website, last modified on July 16, 2020, explains that a diet that's free of trans fats, low in saturated fats, cholesterol, salt and sugar, and high in fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, as well as omega-3 fatty acids, is a highly successful way of preventing any heart diseases. Another is having a healthy lifestyle. This would include exercising daily, not smoking, and keeping alcohol consumption to a minimum, as well as visiting your doctor regularly. If you or anyone around you experience any of these symptoms we've talked about today, 911 should be called immediately. If a person goes unconscious after these symptoms, CPR should be rendered until paramedics arrive. Another thing that you can do is give a conscious person aspirin. This would help the blood not to clot. I hope you all have learned a bit more about CAD, the signs and symptoms you should look out for, as well as some preventative measures you can take with you today and hopefully share them. I also hope you now know what to do in the example I gave you at the beginning involving your loved one. Again, CAD is a very serious condition and ultimately can be life-saving if not diagnosed or recognized.